Hi guys, it's Felcio from Skulls with Skills. I know it's been a while since I uploaded something on this channel, but I was busy doing stuff for school. And since I had a couple of weeks off because the exams ended, I decided I could make Tetris. As you can see, I'm working in Visual Studio. That's because I programmed it in C#, which you can see by the file extensions CS. I'm going to upload this code to GitHub, so feel free to look through this code, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to put them in the comments, and I'm going to try to read them as often as possible. Surely more often than previously, because I know I've been away for 42 years, I think. But first of all, I'm going to show you a little demo of the Tetris I made. As you can see, it's just normal Tetris. I didn't add anything special. Well, it depends on your definition of a normal Tetris. If you think the banked piece is something special, well, in that case I didn't make a normal Tetris. Or if you think the 5 blocks preview is also something special, well, in that case I also didn't just make a normal Tetris. But overall, it are just the basic Tetris mechanics that are implemented. As you could already see, you can move the blocks left and right with just pressing the left and right button. It's also possible to rotate the pieces by pressing the up arrow, or helping the timer move them down by pressing the down key. There's also an option to immediately put the pieces on the ground by pressing the space bar. And as I already said before, I've implemented a system where you can save the pieces to a bank, a so-called bank, by pressing the C button. You can you can't constantly change the banked piece. You can only change it once per spawned block. So I'm going to actually restart the game. So you see the first piece, this bar, I'm going to save it, and now I can immediately switch it. And now it's not possible anymore, because I can only pick the O piece once a new Tetrimino is spawned. As you can see now, a Z piece has been spawned, and now I'm able to switch the Z piece for the O piece. Now a few new blocks have been spawned, so again it's possible now to switch the blocks. I've also implemented a score and level system, because in my opinion, Tetris without a score or level system isn't really Tetris. And I've also implemented a pause and game over state. I'm going to show you something in the code, because the game over and pause aren't implemented the same way, and I just realized I didn't add a menu for the pause or game over, but feel free to add it yourselves, because I don't think it's that hard. So might be not really a challenge, because as I said, it's not really that hard. As you can see here, I have a method for the game over where you would just add a couple of lines for the menu. And now I need to scroll, and here is the pause code. So we would also add code here. Now as you could see, it isn't implemented the same way. The game over is implemented by using the observer pattern, which just uses two interfaces. You would give the subject interface to a class which contains all the information. Now in this case this is the game. As you can see, I've implemented a subject interface to the game, and this subject interface contains three methods: an add method, an add observer method, a remove observer method, and a notify observers method. The add and remove gets a parameter observer, and this is then saved into a list with observers. So if, as you can see here, add observer adds an observer to the list, remove observer removes the observer from the list, and notify observers just loops through the observers and updates them. The update then gets sent to the classes which implement the observer interface, as form Tetris does, and the update method gets called. You can say, yes, you showed the update method, but what about the game over method? Well, if we would look in the code of game and search game over, as you can see here, I again loop through all the observers and call the game over method. I just realized I forgot something, but I didn't. I remember. As you can see here, when the form Tetris loads, I'm adding a new observer, but what did I forget? That's when the button reset is pressed. I'm going to implement this very fast. Is I'm making a new game. Oh, wait a second, I didn't forget anything. I'm just initializing a new game. So the list observer and all is just reset, and the previous game is done. So there are a couple of things you could do. So I just suggest you read the code, make the changes you would like the menus, or perhaps a score system is already implemented, but a high score system. But that's basically it, I think. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, and if you want, you can, as I said before, look through the code online, and if you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Or if there would be a major bug in the code, I'll try to fix the bug, of course. So I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.